The Sunday brunch at the Whittaker family estate was a flawless display, from the intricately carved oak dining table to the fine crystal champagne glasses. Sunlight poured through towering windows, casting a glow on the extravagant oil paintings my father had carefully selected to flaunt his fortune. My sister Vanessa sat in her usual seat of prominence, radiant in her high-end designer dress, while I opted for a sleek black jacket and trousers. "Another mimosa, Miss Whittaker?" our longtime housekeeper asked Vanessa, who gave a curt nod, barely glancing up. "None for Emily," my mother cut in before I could speak. "She's driving back to her place." She said place as if it left a bad taste in her mouth. I glanced at my phone under the table. A new message from my leadership team about the Skyline Properties deal popped up. Everything was moving forward perfectly. "Now," my father announced, setting down his polished silver fork with a clink. "As you're both aware, your grandfather's estate has been finalized." He produced 2 envelopes, his face already betraying which one held the bigger prize. "Vanessa, you've proven your business savvy at my company these last 5 years." I bit back a grin, thinking of Vanessa's actual role at Whittaker Holdings, arriving late, lingering over lunches, and leaning on her assistant to handle anything requiring real effort. "You're getting the family estate," he said, sliding the heftier envelope toward her, along with its investment portfolio. Vanessa's perfectly polished nails grabbed the envelope. "Dad, it's perfect. Michael and I can settle in right after the wedding." Then my father's tone grew colder as he slid the slimmer envelope my way. "Emily, given your unconventional career path, we've decided a more modest inheritance suits you. The small condo on Maple Avenue should be adequate." My phone buzzed again. Another update. The final contract was signed, press release set. "A condo?" Vanessa chuckled, waving the estate deed. "Honestly, it's more than you deserve. What do you even do these days? Something with tech?" "Real estate management," I said quietly, sipping my water. "Oh, come on," my mother scoffed. "Overseeing that little building on the west side barely qualifies as a job. Vanessa's handling major development projects." "Is she?" I asked calmly, knowing full well Vanessa's projects involved posing for photos at properties our father's firm had already built. "Don't be jealous, Emily," Vanessa smirked. "Not everyone can make it big. Enjoy your little condo. Maybe if you try hard, you can lease a unit in one of my properties someday." My phone vibrated again. Skyline Properties acquisition finalized. All 300 luxury assets now under your control. Press release in 5 minutes. I smiled into my coffee mug, savoring the final moments of their misconceptions. The little building they thought I managed was the proving ground for my real estate software, now adopted by every top-tier property firm in the nation. That success had fueled my initial acquisitions, quietly growing into the largest luxury real estate portfolio across 3 countries. "Speaking of real estate," my father began, his voice thick with condescension, "perhaps it's time you considered a role at Whittaker Holdings, something entry-level, maybe in rentals." My phone lit up with a call from my COO. "Right on time." "Excuse me," I said, standing. "I need to take this." "Really, Emily," my mother sighed. "This is a family brunch. Your little leasing office can wait an hour." I stepped away, answering on speaker. "Miss Harper, the press release is live. Skyline Properties acquisition is complete. All 300 luxury assets are now yours, including Whittaker Holdings." I turned to face my family, their faces frozen in shock. "Thank you, Lauren," I said clearly. "Go ahead with the announcement." Vanessa's champagne glass slipped, liquid spilling across the deed to her prized estate, which, as of 5 minutes ago, was mine. My father's face paled. "Emily, what is this?" "I have an urgent board meeting," I said, grabbing my bag. "We need to discuss the new management structure for all acquired assets, including this estate." The silence was deafening. Then the dining room's massive TV blared to life, startling everyone. A sharp news anchor appeared, her voice brimming with excitement. "In a seismic shift for the luxury real estate market, Skyline Properties International has just completed the decade's largest acquisition. The previously low-profile CEO, Emily Harper, has taken control of—" "Harper?" Vanessa gasped. "But you're a Whittaker." "I legally changed my name last year," I said evenly, standing by the door. "Didn't want the family name affecting my business dealings." The anchor continued. "Over 300 elite properties worldwide, including the entire Whittaker Holdings portfolio, in a deal valued at $4.2 billion. My father's coffee mug hit the floor. $4.2 billion. Sources confirm Miss Harper, age 32, built her empire over the past 7 years, starting with groundbreaking real estate software now standard across the industry. "That little app you were always tinkering with," my mother whispered, her face ashen. "The one you told me was a waste of time." I raised an eyebrow. "That one? It's now used by every major real estate firm, including yours, Dad." The TV flashed images of gleaming towers and upscale complexes. Skyline Properties now includes the prestigious Crown Plaza project. "That's our flagship property," Vanessa shrieked, leaping up. "Dad, do something." "The acquisition covers all Whitaker Holdings assets," my COO Lauren added, stepping in with her tablet. "Miss Harper now owns controlling interest in every property, including this estate." "Impossible," my father stood, his face red. "I'd have known if someone was buying our assets." "Would you?" I asked softly. "Like you knew about the Crown Plaza issues, the structural flaws Vanessa covered up, the safety violations, the bribes to inspectors." I showed a detailed report on my phone. "I knew everything. It's why I acted when I did. Another month and Crown Plaza would have collapsed, literally and financially." The TV pressed on. "The business world is reeling from the revelation that Emily Harper, known as the real estate queen in industry circles, has driven the decade's most innovative real estate tech." My mother's hand shook as she reached for her wine. "All this time while you thought I was failing," I finished. "Yes, while you handed Vanessa the estate, I was acquiring the company that owns it." My phone buzzed. Lauren showed me the tablet. Stock prices were skyrocketing. "Your sister can fix this," my father said, desperation in his voice. "She knows real estate. She can." "No, she doesn't," I cut in. "Vanessa knows how to spend money, not earn it. The only reason Whitaker Holdings didn't collapse is because my software has been fixing her mistakes for 2 years." Vanessa sank into her chair. The estate deed crumpled in her trembling hands. "Miss Harper," Lauren said, "the board's waiting. The mayor's on line 1 about the Crown Plaza issue." "Emily, please," my mother stood, her voice unsteady. "We can talk this over as a family." "Like we talked about my inheritance?" I smiled coolly. "Or my career, or the times you called my work a hobby." The TV showed my new corporate headshot. "Sources say Miss Harper's net worth is estimated at over $7 billion, making her one of the youngest self-made female billionaires." My father grabbed the papers from Vanessa, his hands shaking. "The estate deed is now under Skyline Properties," Lauren confirmed. "Along with all Whitaker Holdings assets, Miss Harper has full control." "But where will we live?" Vanessa's voice was small, her confidence gone. I glanced at my watch, a discreet Rolex worth more than the car my father bought Vanessa last year. "Well, I hear there's a nice condo on Maple Avenue, the one you thought was perfect for me." The room fell silent, save for the TV's ongoing coverage of my company's victory. "Oh, and Vanessa," I added as I turned to leave, "about the estate. You might want to start packing. Skyline Properties has other plans for that property." 2 weeks later, I sat in my corner office atop Skyline Properties headquarters, reviewing updates to our expanded portfolio. Floor-to-ceiling windows framed a stunning city view, including the rebranded former Whitaker Holdings buildings. My intercom buzzed. "Miss Harper, your father's here again." I checked the security feed. My father, usually pristine, looked unkempt. "His 3rd visit this week. Send him up, Lauren." The man who entered was a shadow of the commanding figure who'd handed out envelopes at brunch. His suit was wrinkled, his posture defeated. "Emily, Miss Harper," he corrected himself. "I've brought a new proposal." He slid a folder across my desk, hands trembling. "Please, just look at it. Vanessa's been working tirelessly." I skimmed the folder, a frantic attempt at a business plan. "Vanessa's been working, or did you hire someone to write this?" His silence spoke volumes. "The Crown Plaza mess alone would have bankrupted Whitaker Holdings," I said, shutting the folder. "The lawsuits from those safety violations would have destroyed everything grandfather built." "We can fix it," he begged. "Just give us back some properties." "Like you gave me that condo?" I raised an eyebrow. "Besides, it's too late. Crown Plaza's reconstruction starts next week, under proper oversight." My phone buzzed with a message. I smiled faintly. "That was the mayor's office. They're thrilled with our new safety measures and community programs. The ones Vanessa should have put in place years ago." My father slumped further. "Your sister, she's struggling." "You mean she's not owning up to her mistakes?" I corrected. "The trust fund she's been living off." "Frozen," he whispered. "All our accounts." "Under review," I nodded. "Standard for an acquisition this size, especially with the financial discrepancies we've uncovered." The intercom buzzed. Miss Harper, your mother and sister are here. The security feed showed my mother, poised as ever, but Vanessa's designer clothes couldn't mask her anxiety. Send them in. They walked in like scolded children, a stark contrast to their arrogance at brunch. Emily, my mother began, then stopped at my expression. Miss Harper, Vanessa corrected her quickly. We wanted to apologize. For what? I leaned back. For mocking my career, for mismanaging properties that endangered lives. Or for thinking I'd need your handouts. Vanessa's face fell. The estate, our home, will become a tech innovation hub, I said firmly, focused on supporting women entrepreneurs. The kind of support I never got from my family. But where will we live? My mother's voice trembled. I pressed a button, and a holographic display of property listings appeared. Skyline Properties has several apartments for lease. At market rates, naturally. I hear the Maple Avenue condo is still open. You can't mean that, Vanessa burst out. After everything you did, I cut in. Here's a business lesson, Vanessa. Never underestimate someone just because they don't flaunt their success. I stood, smoothing my tailored suit. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a board meeting. Lauren will show you our listings. Choose quickly, the estate renovation starts next month. As they left, defeated, I added, Oh, and Vanessa, that little West Side building you mocked, it's now worth more than all your failed projects combined. Good management makes all the difference. The door closed, and I turned to the city skyline, my empire built on brains, hard work, and the thrill of proving them wrong. My phone buzzed. Forbes cover confirmed for next month. The real estate queen, how Emily Harper built an empire under her family's nose. I smiled, recalling all those brunches where they dismissed my tech hobby. Now, watching my family leave via the security feed, I realized the best revenge wasn't just success. It was success they never expected. I lifted my simple coffee mug, unlike the flashy crystal they favored, and toasted my reflection in the window. To the little condo, I murmured, and everything it sparked. The sun set over my city, bathing the Skyline Properties logo, now on the former Whitaker buildings, in gold. Sometimes the smallest inheritance builds the greatest empire, especially when they never see it coming.